What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And unfortunately, 2-3 day yesterday. The weird part of yesterday is that we did not get a single bet wrong in baseball, but we did not get a single bet right in football. Miami hangs on to beat Florida State. Bama and Vandy with two red zone turnovers that would have probably got us there to go over. Unfortunately, those turnovers and those points early were lacking, so that game stays under. Texas does not look good at all again, so I went against the market, was wrong there. I went with the market with Florida State, lost. Went against the market with Texas, lost. The beautiful thing is the Brewers are still our cash cow, and the Yankees come in easily with an over as they got thumped by the Blue Jays. 2-3 day, down 1.3 units on the day. It is a Sunday. That means it is a live stream day at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Andrew Erickson will join me to break down the entire slate of Week 5 games in the NFL on the BettingPros YouTube channel. Looking forward to seeing you all over there. I'll give you additional bets, plays, and props, as well as everything Erickson likes for this day on Sunday as well. So noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time, live on the BettingPros YouTube channel for a full breakdown on every game happening today in the NFL. Let me tell you about our friends at Hard Rock Bet on this Sunday. They are the title sponsor of the Daily Juice Podcast. It is an app that gives you so much more than before when you place your bets. Crazy stats. Check out all these streaks that were alive entering today's games on Sunday. Chargers, Commanders. The Chargers are looking to bounce back, and they're favored against Washington. Washington hasn't even covered the spread the last 4 times they've been dogs. Buffalo has won 13 in a row at home. Philly has won 12 games in a row at home. Adam Thielen has recorded 21 or more receiving yards in 32 straight games in October. That's 32. Jalen Hurts has hit pay dirt in 6 consecutive games against the AFC for an anytime touchdown. So much information is just a tap away right there inside of the Hard Rock Bet app. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet, there's still time for you to get the $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you not only get your winnings, but $150 in bonus bets as well. Plus, on Hard Rock Bet this week, you don't just get a Sunday profit boost, but you also get a Monday profit boost for tomorrow night's games. So boost your parlays so it pays out extra. Download the Hard Rock Bet and make your first deposit today. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer, offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida, offered by Seminole Tribe Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? In Florida, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. In Indiana, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia. Okay, let's start talking about the Cowboys in their game today on the road up against the Jets. So there's some interesting numbers here going into this game that I think it's worth pointing out. Dak Prescott, since 2017, has started 7 games at MetLife Stadium. He's 6-1 straight up. That's the most wins outside of AT&T Stadium, for any stadium, for Dak Prescott. He's also 6-1 against the number since 2019 as a road favorite when coming off of a previous primetime game. If you remember, the Cowboys tied on Sunday night. So they are 1-2-1 up against the 0-4 Jets. Justin Fields has made 47 starts in the NFL. He is 14-33 straight up. When his opponent scores more than 20 points, Justin Fields is 0-25 straight up. 6-18-1 against the number. When they score 20 or less, Justin Fields is 13-9 against the spread. So watch for that. If Dak and company gets to 20, we feel pretty good about cashing this number. The Cowboys are only favored by 1.5 points. Dak Prescott against bad teams hits at a 64% clip, which is pretty good. Teams under 500 winning those games by an average of 9.6 points. There have been some issues on the road where they haven't played great, but the Cowboys are throwing the ball downfield so often. And I think this Jets defense is just not going to be able to contain it. And I don't trust Justin Fields to be able to score. The Jets are just not a good football team. Aaron Glenn is the third Jets coach in franchise history to lose their first 4 games. Adam Gase did it in 2019, and Lou Holtz did it in 1976. Cowboys, it's essentially a money line bet here. I think the Cowboys are deeper. Their offense is better. I know it's on the road. It's a day game. Dak loves playing in New York under the bright lights. Let's go ahead and lay the points here. Dak Prescott, -1.5 for 1.1 units to come in and beat the Jets. Now, let's go to Sunday night. Patriots and the Bills. So I've been sort of all over on this game at the moment. I want to take the Patriots plus 8.5, but I think there's a better play here. And if you can get 6 in the first half, I think that's the number that I really would like, but it's not regularly available. It's mostly onshore. It's mostly 5.5. You may find a 6 in the morning floating around in the first half, and I think this is the way to play this. I think the emotions of the night game, on prime time with Drake May against Josh Allen, we've seen the Bills sort of fool around here and not take their opponent all that seriously when they are big favorites like last week up against the Saints. And the Patriots, I think their defense is going to tire out late against the Bills, but early in the game, I think they'll be able to keep themselves close and keep themselves in the game. Josh Allen in 14 career starts against the Patriots, he's just 5-9 against the number in the first half, and he's lost 5 in a row against the Patriots, including the 2 games that Drake May played last year against the Bills, in which Drake May and the Patriots were 2-0 ATS-wise against Josh Allen and this team. I'm not debating that the Bills are tremendous, and there's a scary number here. The Bills were 14.5-point favorites against the Saints. They didn't cover. Teams after closing as 14 points or more since 2018 are in the next week are 41-28-1 against the number and 21-13 at home. Josh Allen doesn't lose these games. He's 32-4 straight up as a favorite of 7 points or more. You should 100% be looking at teasing this game down and from 8 down to 2 and taking the Bills. Okay, this is a teaser special game, but for me, I have a little weird spider sense going on here about upsets and about how home teams have dominated, and it's in prime time, and the Patriots at 2-2. The Bills might not be up to it. The Bills might make a mistake or two. They might turn the football over. I mean, the Bills don't really cover this. If the Bills close at 8.5, where they are right now, and they don't cover, they would join just the 2022 Bucs as teams to lose 3 straight games against the spread as favorites of 8 points or more, dating back 15 years in the NFL. So they're due to have a breakout game and to cover, but let's see. I mean, there are teams that have not done great with this situation where the books keep on thinking that everyone's going to bet them, and they're not nearly as good as the books are making it, and the public keeps on laying it with the favorite, and the Patriots or the dog covers, like the Saints last week. It'll be the Patriots this week. I think the first half, I think you can take the Patriots in for the game, but I'll take him for the first half. Plus 5.5. I want 6. So if 6 out there, I'd rather have 6, but I'll take 5.5. That's what's available right now overnight. Not every book has their first half numbers up, but if you get the Patriots plus 6 in the first half, I take it. I like the Pats to keep the game close in the first half and then maybe get tired again in the second half in Buffalo. Patriots plus 5.5 in the first half on Sunday Night Football. The teaser. Let's talk about the Colts in their game against the Raiders, and the Cardinals in their game against the Titans. Well, look, from a Raiders perspective, let's look at this here for a second, because the Raiders are bad. Like, just, they're bad. And I think the Raiders are going to struggle here. Shane Steichen and the Colts, after what happened last week with the loss to the Rams, I'm a believer, okay? The number's 7. The Colts are 3-1 straight up and 3-1 ATS. Since 2020, the week after a team loses its first game against the number, They are only covering at a 45% clip, which is not great, to be quite honest. But Geno Smith has turned the football over so often that it's insane. He got 6 picks at home, only 1 on the road. But I just don't know where we're going to go here if he starts turning the football over consistently. Shane Steichen has bounced back pretty well in games in which his teams have turned the ball over 3 or more times. The week prior, he's 5-2 against the number. Daniel Jones has been tremendous at home. He was tremendous last week. They didn't lose because of him. I just don't like this Raiders offense, even with Ashton Genty. I'll pull it down from the Colts -7 to the Colts -1. Just get the Colts to win the game. And I think we can make a lot of money this year just fading the Titans. I think when the quarterback stands up there and says, "We ass," believe him when they say that. When they talk about how bad they are, this number is 7. The Titans against the number over their last 21 games are 3-18 against the spread. Over their last 36 games, they're 8-27-1 against the spread. Their 25 games, last 25 games, their record of 4-20-1 against the spread is the worst mark of any team in the wild card era. That is unreal. The Titans have 51 total points through 4 games in just 3 touchdowns. Since 2012, 3 teams have had this. 51 points or less and 3 touchdowns through 4 games. And all 3 head coaches were in their first season with the team. Brian Callahan's not long here at all. Kyler Murray is not great against the number, though, okay? This is why this is a good game to tease. Because Kyler Murray, as a 7-point favorite or higher at home, is just 9-14 against the spread, okay? So I'm not saying that this team is deserving of this number of being 7, and the Titans might very well fight them all the way, tooth and nail. But I just think Cam Ward, who's 0-4, not good. Cam Ward's been sacked 17 times in the first 4 games. That leads the NFL. He's just the 10th quarterback to be sacked 17 times or more in the first 4 games of his rookie season since the merger. That's unbelievable. So I think the Titans might keep the game close or they might get killed, but I think the better play is to tease it down from 7-1. So let's tease it down. Let's go one side of that teaser, Colts -1 against the Raiders. Other side of the teasers here, Cardinals -1. Home teams in the NFL have absolutely dominated. Let's keep that trend going here with the Colts and the Cardinals here at -1. Baseball play. We were perfect yesterday in baseball. Let's talk about it. Max Fried gets the start up against a 22-year-old rookie from Pennsylvania for the Blue Jays. 4th career start. The Blue Jays, well, they're trying to do what the Red Sox just did, and the Red Sox lost Game 3 by throwing a kid who hadn't had much experience, making I think Early was making his 5th career start. This is the 4th career start. It's not a winner-take-all game, but it's still a pretty big moment. I think it comes down to 1, the kid giving up home runs, and 2, Max Fried not pitching well on the road this year. 3.28 ERA. He was 11-3. That's a good record, but he's given up 10 home runs on the road, and we know what happens on the road at Rogers Center and what the Blue Jays do. They just scored 10 runs yesterday against Yankee pitching. But it's not just that. Max Fried has pitched 2 times on the road at Toronto at Rogers Center, and it hasn't gone well. He pitched on the 1st of July, 6 innings, 4 earned runs. He gave up 2 home runs in that game and a 12-5 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays. The second time he pitched there was on the 23rd of July, an 8-4 loss. He went 5 1/3. He gave up 6 earned runs in that game. 6 runs, 4 of them earned, and gave up 3 walks and 6 hits in a game in which his team, he got the loss in that game, with really kind of kickstarted the whole collapse for him when it got going. His ERA in July was 5.54. ERA in August was 5.14. It's been much better in September. But I think Max Fried gives up some runs, and I think the Yankees score. I think the Yankees hit home runs today. I think the Yankees score against the kid. Big moment, big nerves, big ballpark. Over 8. Over 7.5 hit easily. The Blue Jays got over that themselves yesterday. I'm not saying we're going to see the Blue Jays score 10 again, but I think the Yankees are good for 4 to 5 runs pretty easily here with this. So I'll take the over for the Red Sox, for the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Over 8 for 1.1 units. Just one baseball play for us here today. By the way, quick comment. And I torched this guy on our Discord channel. I torched you in the comments. Do me a favor if you're going to be in the comments, because this is a huge pet peeve of mine. Because people go and read the comment section and they might actually think you know what you're talking about. The dude who said that the Brewers didn't hit lefties and that the Brewers were the second worst team left in the playoffs to hit left-handed pitching, nothing infuriates me wrong than morons who think they know something and act like it and talk about it. Don't do that, okay? We're talking about real money here. People are gambling. This is money, okay? So you can be a moron and bet whatever you want, but don't come into the comment section and start writing things like you know what you're talking about, because you don't, okay? The Brewers this year, they were number 1 in batting average, number 2 in hits, and number 5 tied for RBIs going into the game, in which they scored 6 runs in the first inning off lefty Matthew Boyd and scored 9 runs overall and won the game 9-3 in another laugher for us involving the Milwaukee Brewers. Play of the day, too, by the way, for the BettingPros, folks. Another play of the day hit for the Brewers, who have been by far the most profitable team for me, and the play of the day. So, do us all a favor. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. Just don't act like a fool, right? Don't tell us, don't show us. Just don't do that, okay? I appreciate you guys in the comments, but as I've said a million times, when you tell me the bet sucks, it cashes 85% of the time. So I actually welcome it. Unless you want to talk stats and say, like, I don't do my research or I don't have the numbers right, okay? That makes me mad. And that's ridiculous. So let's not do that anymore. Tell me the bet's bad. Tell me you don't like it. That's fine. Don't tell me I have the stats wrong. In particular, with the Milwaukee Brewers, for goodness sake. Finally, guys, have you downloaded the BettingPros app as of yet? If you haven't, you should really go and do so. With Sportsbook Sync, automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. Easily monitor your bet performance by sport, bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. Create custom betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. We have a special offer to get BettingPros Premium for 6 months for free. To claim that offer, just head on over to bettingpros.com/premium. Make a deposit at a partner sportsbook and place your wager. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt. I'll talk to you at noon Eastern time for our live stream for week 5 of the NFL. Every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts, it is the Daily Juice.